Hello everybody, welcome to week 5. Wow, so you have reached the halfway point of the semester with it being only 8 weeks. We do have 3 modules left to go. Module 3, which is on linear and exponential modeling. Module 4, which is on finance. And then finally Module 5, which is on probability and statistics. Before we get started with week 5, I did want to congratulate you on making it through the midterm exam. I enjoyed meeting some of you face-to-face in the midterm review, and I hope you found that helpful. I hope to also offer a face-to-face final exam review when the final exam rolls around. So if you didn't take advantage of this and you'd like to take advantage of the other one, please look on the lookout for that as the final exam draws closer. Before we did jump into week 5, I wanted to let you know that I have finished grading all of week 3's activities. I did have a little bit of feedback about procrastination. I enjoyed watching that video. I hope you guys did as well. And I think that I am one of the world's worst procrastinators. I can relate to what one student said in the discussion forum about even doing chores to avoid those harder mental tasks. I used to joke with my mom about my room being clean, and now as an adult I laugh because my house is the cleanest when I have something big and major to do that requires a lot of mental thought, because sometimes I procrastinate and jump on the cleaning physical task as opposed to approaching that mental task. I did want to share with you, being a procrastinator, I have learned some things over the years. One is to pace myself and work on something little by little. And when I find that I do that, my stress level is so much lower. Many of you said you were going to start making lists. And I would encourage you to go a step further by making your list very detailed. For example, Monday, I'm going to finish lesson 1 in Moodle and complete the corresponding activity. And then Tuesday, I'm going to complete numbers 1 through 5 on the midterm exam review and then check my answers. And I'm going to email Ms. Murphy with any questions. So you get the point. Don't just say I'm going to do 3 things in this course, or I'm going to complete all of week 4's activities tomorrow. I think if you do everything, kind of chunk it out and do everything little by little, you'll find that you're a lot less overwhelmed. And then when you are successful and complete that task, like maybe you finish numbers 1 through 5 on the midterm review, then yes, go take that mental break. And it will refresh yourself and you'll be ready to tackle the next thing on your list. Okay. So the other thing that I wanted to stress to you is that Tuesday, June 29th, so that's 1 week from yesterday, is the last day to withdraw from the course. Now, not that I want you guys to withdraw, but if you're not doing well and you don't think that you're going to pass Math 143, then you may want to think about withdrawing from the course to save your GPA. So if you withdraw before the withdrawal date, the grade on your transcript shows as a W. If you decide to stay in the course, then the grade on your transcript will be the grade that you have at the end of the semester. So if that's not going to be a very good grade, you may want to consider withdrawing to save your GPA. However, if Math 143 is in your program of study and you have to have this class, what I usually suggest to my students is to stick with it, even if you don't think you're going to pass, because if you have to retake it, it will help you to have experienced the course in its entirety and not just bail out now. We do have grade replacement at RCC, so what that means is if you take this course and let's say you end up making a D, and then you repeat the class in the fall and end up making a B, then the grade that shows on record for Math 143 would be a B, not the D. The D would still show on your transcript, but it would not be counted in your GPA, and it would not be counted as your official grade for the class. I hope that makes sense. If you are considering withdrawing from the course, then I strongly encourage you to reach out to myself and Ms. Saffold, as well as financial aid if you are getting financial aid. If you're a veteran, there are a lot of different things that go into withdrawing from a course, so you want to make sure you've considered all the effects that withdrawing from a course can have on you. And we'll be glad to help you understand that. All right, moving on to week 5. So let me get to week 5. One thing I did want to show you is that I have reversed the order of our weeks. So I had the opportunity to see another instructor's Moodle shell, and they had the most recent week on top, and I thought that you guys might find that helpful. Then I worried I might confuse you, so I just wanted to mention that in this week's video. So when I open week 5 up, after I finish the video and post it, you'll see the most recent week on top. So in week 5, we move into Module 3. You'll be talking about modeling in Module 3. You got a glimpse of that with the last activity in week 4. So we have the checklist. We do have a self-evaluation and reflection, and I encourage you to complete this before the drop date because it will really help you think about how you're doing in the course and if you think you need to continue or if you think it's time to withdraw. We have a slopes and solving linear equations lesson and an activity to go along with that. We also have a website that allows you to practice those steps. So I'd like you to do this and then upload at least 3 equations from this activity in your work here. And please show all your work to get full credit. Then we have another lesson, linear versus exponential lesson. We have an activity to go with that. And then we have a quiz to test your understanding. So please be aware that you only get 1 attempt at this quiz and you get 20 minutes to take it. The quiz closes at 11:59 on Wednesday, June 30th. If you would like to review your quiz before then, because I know you have to take your Module 3 quiz before Wednesday night, just email me and we can set up a time to review it one-on-one. If you would, please submit your work to that quiz here. And then the last thing for the week is to upload a study guide for Module 3. I would encourage you to make that study guide before you take your Module 3 quiz. And then keep that study guide as you, because you have to take the final exam on Modules 3, 4, and 5. I did want to point out that I've been a little lenient in grading these study guide activities because you may be new to it. But I'm going to be more strict with this activity. So make sure that if you want your 100 points, you need to make sure you include these 3 things: formulas, vocabulary, and examples. And those examples need to include work. This is really for your benefit because if you're taking your exam and you just have the problem and the answer, you might leave yourself wondering, well, gosh, I don't remember how I got to that step. But if you show your work, you'll have those notes to go by. And then, of course, submit it on time for 25 points. And I've given you some examples of what you can include up here to help complete this activity. All right. I think that's all I have for this week. So if you have any questions, reach out to me. Don't forget about my student hours, Monday through Thursday from 10 to 11:15, or email me if that time is not convenient for you and we can set up another time. I wish you luck. And again, congratulations on making it halfway through.